Quiet on the set. Hacha. We are live.
Hi, we're live. Um, that was my line. Hello everybody. I am the Catr, and we're here with my co-host Kenard, and this is the
Hello.
Catr and Kenard show. Say what's up.
What is up for 500, Alex?
It's Maim, but yes. Rest in peace, Alec. But anyway, hello everyone. This is our ode to music, and what is the run by me the number episode?
Episode 18 on the 18th.
On the 18th. What a weird coincidence. Actually, today is my mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom. And actually, I'm going to plan something for the next time we reconvene for her birthday. She's not around right now, so the next time we put our mouths close to a mic, we will do something for her.
Yeah, it should be illegal to work on your birthday.
Yeah. So I know you have. So I planted the seed, which is, and I'm going to do a little bit of an intro for this, and then I'll hand it off to you. I planted the seed. We had started, sort of, if you want to call it. It's very loose definition of the word start, but we started this project where we were going to go over the remodeled, if you want to say, list Rolling Stone did of their 500 greatest albums of all time. Well, like I said, in the loose sense of the word start, we really never got that off the ground and ran with it. So we decided, and I cooperated this time, I decided let's do Rolling Stone remodeled their 500 greatest songs list of all time. All you have to do, if you're on your desk, on your laptop or your home computer, or on your phone, it's a little bit different, but you go to rollingstone.com, and then under their music tab, there is a list tab. And if you click on list, it's just rollingstone.com. Or if you want to get to the final result, it's rollingstone.com /music dash list /. But anyway, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4 down, the 500 greatest list of all time, and you click on that, and bada bing, bada boom. So this is where I hand it off to you, Kenard.
Right on. Hello, Internet. It's 12:03. We are so happy to be here with you all, talking about like the greatest stuff since sliced bread, music, wiggly lines through the air. Rolling Stone is a band and a magazine. The two are not related. Shout out to the Temptations. Yeah, those guys. So I love music
So
so much I don't want to
why a
die.
shout out
Like I
to
don't
the
think
Temptations?
Papa was Rolling Stone.
Oh, okay. And I'm sure, yeah. So you can't just
On this list.
do a shout out without any reference. You gotta let the listeners know. But
I would think that most like regular schmegular folk know Papa was a Rolling Stone.
yeah, I know that song. I definitely know that song, but I wasn't clear where you were going. This is on air, people. But
Fair
let's
enough.
go. Let's keep it going.
Cool.
I'm
Shout out to
actually right now. I am stuck with an ad. I got an ad on the website. So I'm hitting the. Sorry, I had a little hiccup there. Not an actual
ad
hiccup.
block
And
is your
I'm
friend.
say that again.
Ad block is your friend, my friend.
Yeah, sure. Are you? Is that the what is that called? Where you think a traffic light when you're running late is going to be red? There's a name for it. It's a person's last name. They came up with a law, um, and it's not Cole's law, which is Cole's law. No, I really am frozen right now. This ad is eating. I mean, you can tell me the songs. I already listened to the songs, and I'll just follow along. And you wanted to read the blurbs under each song, but I don't know why it's doing this. I'm going to try bringing it up again.
Yeah, pull it
So
up on your phone instead.
I just closed it and bring it back up again. And yeah, like I said, I did my homework. Um, and here we go. I brought it back up, and they have a panel of people. Off the top of my head, because it's not up right now. I want to say, oh, Angelique. I've never heard of this person. Angelique. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Kid Joe, Kidjo. So, to create the new version of the RS Rolling Stone 500, we convened a poll of more than 250 artists, musicians, and producers, from Angelique Kidjo to Zed. Zed's a producer, correct?
Yeah, he's a producer and DJ. Yeah.
Sam Smith to Megan the Stallion, M. Ward to Bill Ward, as well as figures from the music industry and leading critics and journalists. They each sent in a ranked list of their top 50 songs, and we tabulated the results. So, yeah, and it says in 2004, I know this is your thing, but I'm just giving the people a little bit preliminary. In 2004, Rolling Stone published its list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. Um, and they can read it. People know how to read. So, but it's in first time in 17 years. So they said that they this time around contains more hip hop, modern country, indie rock, Latin pop, reggae, and R&B. So each of us are going to have an opinion on the songs, um, and we're doing what 500 to help me out there 500
491.
491, and then when we get back on air, we'll do the next 9. So, do you want? What do you have to say?
Well, like I was saying earlier, like I love music a lot, like so much I can explode from like how much excitement it gives me. And so knowing that one of the most important like publications in America compiled their best 500 list, it really gets like my internal gears clicking. And so I'm so thankful that like this is something we can actually do together, because the Billboard list was an attempt. It wasn't very successful. The album list is way more daunting than 500 individual songs. And so more than I'm just like I'm very thankful and excited to just like expand my horizons. Like I'm spending a lot of time on DIY Twitter, and that's really great because that's like people like in 2021 like going for it. But and on a larger scale, we have just pieces of art that have influenced the world over. And so let's dig right into it. And I want to like give a shout out to our number one fan and also collaborator, Living Abstraction. He's happy to be here. He also mentioned yeah, the King, the Oscar nominated director and cinematographer. You know what I'm saying? Mentioned a bunch of Rolling Stone references in the comments. Love that for you. Huh? What?
Was this? This is somebody else?
No, it's our boy. It's a me day.
Okay. I thought you were mentioning two different people. So that's cool that he's on. I'm not checking the comments right now. I'm still looking at the article. I just wanted to see if anything else in the intro. Oh, the funny thing was, no, there's nothing else I wanted to say. Yeah, let's just get into it. You want to tell us the number 500 song?
Sure. Number 500, which I think is kind of funny, is Stronger by Kanye West, also known as Ye, according to the courts. Rolling Stone reads, explaining the tighter, broader reaching songs on his third album, Graduation, Ye said, I applied a lot of the things I learned on tour in 2006 with U2 and the Rolling Stones about songs that rock stadiums, and they worked. West found the inspiration for his most grandiose statement to date from Daft Punk's Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, which he sampled and reshaped. West is a big fan of the French duo. These guys really stick with the whole not showing their faces thing. Just amazing discipline. That's straight martial arts status. And I could gush at like the love and respect I have for those two folks, but I'll try and condense it down for the sake of the show. Michael, I'd like to start with you. What's your history with this song? Had you heard it prior to us like doing research for the list?
Oh, well, yeah, before there's something that I do with music. It's just the way I operate. I've talked about it in prior episodes. And it's where when I listen to music, when I listen to CDs, it's usually CDs that for the most part, it's usually CDs that I want to listen to. I just want to listen to. And so I have to kind of give it my direct attention. And I kind of like listen to everything. I mean, every nuance of the song. So I've probably heard Stronger before as like passing. Just, in the background. So that's like I didn't go back and give it that attention as for this project because I kind of have heard the song before. I just didn't give it that attention. The CD, somebody was playing the CD, and I probably heard the song, maybe on the radio, maybe on MTV. I don't remember. So, yes, to answer your question, I have heard the song before. If I was to give it either a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I'm not sure if I would give either one. It's kind of in the middle. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't really have an opinion on it. I neither like it or dislike it. I really don't have any strong opinions on it. What about you?
Okay, so what I'm gathering from you is that like you're it's essentially unaffected by this song, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, that's fun. That's fair. I have what you call a very complicated relationship with Ye. He is a very foundational pillar in my like never-ending journey of musical enthusiasm. And I what I love about Stronger production wise is that you're basically getting like a chopped and screwed version of the Daft Punk song. And that's like a really big deal if you're from like Texas or the place where like 3 6 Mafia are from, which I can't recall off the top of my head. Um, but I digress. It's like I love the beat so much. I remember in high school, I would just like if someone found a rip of like the beat from the song, just like high quality, and I listened to it every day after school because I wasn't sure if I was even allowed to like Kanye West at the time. Like, he's a very like edgy dude, always has been, and like this song is like it's definitely one of like his biggest songs as far as like the old Kanye catalog. But I don't care for like the D slur in this song, and I feel like there could have been a better choice made, but like it's not a bad choice where like if like how me like when it comes to a list like this, everybody deserves at least one song, and I'm like, dang, could there have been a better choice for Kanye? Most likely, but this isn't a bad choice. It just wouldn't be my first one. And so if I ask myself the question, do I love this song or dislike this song? I'm also somewhere in the middle because in 2021, I do not listen to his music whatsoever in any capacity. But like being able to do research for this list and for the podcast, it was kind of like greeting an old acquaintance because I really, really love this beat. Mike Dean is one of the best keyboard players of our time, point blank, period. Oh, we have a comment from the audience. I'd love to read that. Let me see here.
Is it a Ramade
Stronger
again?
was a huge. Oh, of course, he's here. Stronger was a huge seismic shift in the culture. I honestly don't know how we can talk about 2007 in music without talking about how Stronger. Seriously, everyone was playing it, and that's 100% true. When I was in high school, the Glow in the Dark tour was the tour to attend, and everybody that I knew was wearing like stutter shades, or I guess shutter shades, because that was like the Ye look for all of that year. I, of course, never went to that tour. I never would have been allowed to.
Yeah, he did sell those.
But yeah, like the impact was like monumental, and it was so much fun for me because I remember listening to Graduation during my senior year, and like the emotional like just the way that I felt cannot be understated. I can go back to that space in my mind like that. So I'm very thankful for what that album brings to my enjoyment of hip hop. So it deserves to be here, and I almost couldn't even. If I had to like pick something else Kanye put out to like replace it, probably be Streetlights from 808s and Heartbreak. But I'm gonna just like put that to the back because I'm hoping that by the end of like our journey on this 500 song list, I'm going to rebuild it song for song. It'll
He's
be
probably
massive.
he's probably going to have a lot of songs on this list.
He shouldn't, honestly, if you're asking me. Like he should only get the one. But I guess we'll see as we keep going forward. He'll probably get like a feature or production credit, no doubt. That's for sure going to be in this thing. Let's move on to song 499.
Yeah, and also I saw you said Mike Dean. I'm not going to rate him. Again, we have educated, smart listeners, but they do mention the writers underneath it. So the next song, 499. You want to tell us what it is?
It's Baby Love by the Supremes. It reads, Diana Ross wasn't the strongest vocalist in Supremes, but as the Motown production team discovered, when she sang in a low register, her voice worked its sultry magic. Barry Gordy instructed the Holland Dozier Holland songwriting team to come up with something that replicated Where Did Our Love Go, the Supremes' first #1 single. He thought the result wasn't catchy enough and sent the group back into the studio. The result? The smoky ooh at the start. Baby Love went to #1 too, the first time a Motown group had topped the charts twice. What was that?
I said that wasn't required. It doesn't
What was
say
that?
that in the script. Okay. Um, so I'll tell you my opinion first.
What you mean?
I'm kind of in the middle again, but it's closer to
I agree with you.
what? Yeah,
I
well,
agree with
let
you.
me
Yeah.
finish. I kind of I've heard that's another one I've heard in the background. Um, it could have it could have been one that I heard all the way through, like really intently listened to it, but I don't remember. Um, I'm more to giving it a thumbs down. It's just yeah, it's I don't it's just in the middle. What about you?
Would you say that this song is overplayed in your life?
No.
Okay, fair enough. I was just wondering. My relationship to Baby Love. Whenever I think about it, I think about one of like the I think about the sitcom My Wife and Kids, where like the mom she gets to perform this song at like a talent show, and her daughter is like in the it's like and she brings her two daughters and their friend to like be her backup singers. But her older daughter can't sing, so she just has her lip sync the performance, which I found pretty funny. And when they actually get to perform, a lady in the front row is also singing, and she's singing quite well. But the mom character is furious because she's like, hey, up here, I'm Diana Ross. You're not. And that always made me laugh. But when I think about the Supremes and all like the really good songs that they have, I'm just wondering why Rolling Stone didn't pick Where Did Our Love Go or like Stop in the Name of Love, because I think those songs are arguably better than Baby Love, because I hear Baby Love everywhere I go, everywhere I shop. It's a staple in like Black culture, and it's not a bad song. But I think I'm probably for me it's overplayed. And
I think I think there are more. There are other Motown songs that are overplayed instead of that one, um,
interesting.
like "Stop in the Name of Love," um, and specifically Supreme songs, and I mean Marvin Gaye songs. So yeah, that one is not overplayed, but there are other Motown ones overplayed. All right, what do we
Oh,
got next?
yeah, I would have rather just seen like "Stop in the Name of Love" personally, because Baby Love's kind of mid, and I think we agree there. Moving on to 498s, we have a song I never heard before until I saw this list. It's "Poncho and Lefty" by Towns Van Zandt. Rolling Stone reads, an epic story song about a bandit and a friend who betrays him. Poncho and Lefty became a country hit thanks to Willie Nelson and Merle Haggard's 1983 duet. But it's the songwriter's own forlorn reading on 1972's The Late Great Townes Van Zandt, and that best conveys the doomed fates of the main characters. It begins with what might be one of the most descriptive opening verses in the country folk canon. Living on the road, my friend, was going to keep you free and clean. Now you wear your skin like iron, your breath as hard as kerosene. It's hard to take credit for the writing, Van Zandt said in 1984, because it came from out of the blue. You go
I
first.
don't even understand that quote there. Um, but you were reading, by the way, some lyrics from the song where you said, "Living on the road, my friend, was
I know.
going to keep you free and clean. Now you wear your skin like iron, your breath as hard as kerosene." I too have never heard the song before, but I did listen to it. I'm gonna give it. I like the intro, but it was country. Um, and but I'm gonna give it a thumbs down.
Really? Why's that?
I didn't like it. There wasn't. It really didn't give give me any emotion.
Well, to be honest with you, I also found this version of the song very boring. And so when I read that, like, oh, like Merrill Haggard, Willie Nelson, they covered it together, I listened to their version. It's way better. I'm like, yo, Rolling Stone, this cover is way better than the original. And like, okay, I guess like you wanted to give like the writer his flowers, but again, like there are other covers on this list, and it's like, bro, like the writers are right there. Like they can do the research if they really want to. Like you had the better song, right? You were describing the better song and then put it on the list. That's an L in my opinion. Get that out of here. Boring, yeah. Like, and no disrespect, because I'm sure that man is like dead, but like this song is boring.
Yeah, I guess I could.
And country is good, but like this is my kind of country.
Well, I didn't listen to the cover, but I would probably go with you and say,
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
I just didn't get a rise. It didn't get a rise out of me.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like the cover. Like if you ever get a chance to listen to the cover, I highly encourage it.
Okay.
Oh, you were saying?
No, I was going to say let's. I really don't have anything else to say about it. Like I said, I like the intro, but then I wasn't sure what to expect. I didn't really read these little snippets. I usually do read the little snippets, but this time I did not read the little snippets because I'm just going to keep saying the word snippets, snippets. But anyway, so I had never heard this song before. I think I had heard of Townes Van Zandt. I honestly thought he was a producer, which he still could be a producer. And I probably did some research on Townes Van Zandt, but he's never been on my radar of music that I want to listen to. So that's all I have to say on that one.
497 is a very popular song. Truth Hurts by Lizzo. Rolling Stone reads, that song is my life and its words are my truth, Lizzo wrote at the time. She had to tack on a writing credit to British singer Mina Lioness, who had tweeted its iconic line, I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100% that bitch. But the power of this gale force breakup banger was pure Lizzo, uproariously swaggering and endearing soulful. Truth Hurts was originally released in 2017, but the song got its big boost 2 years later when Gina Rodriguez drunkenly sang it in the Netflix show Someone Great, and it became Lizzo's signature hit.
So my opinion is I remember seeing Lizzo on an award show performing. Of course, I've heard of Lizzo. She's I don't know what she's doing nowadays, music-wise, but I knew at the time. I apologize for interrupting you when you were singing in the snippet, but
it's all good.
I do want to say I remember I don't even I saw that this song was on, I remember the album when I listened to the song. I remember the album cover, so I remember around this time that this album came out, just hearing about her. So, but I couldn't back then couldn't have told you a specific song. So I wasn't familiar with the song, but when I listened to it, I actually liked it. So I give it a thumbs up.
Hey, all right, cool. I'm intrigued to hear this because personally, Truth Hurts doesn't really do anything for me, and but like I have to remember that like this song specifically isn't for a person like me. Like I can't really like relate to like those experience being a fat black woman because that has like its baggage. And I think it's like Lizzo's an amazing singer. She's a good rapper. She's a great lyricist. And
no,
like
I do have to interrupt you. You said that's pretty bold there. Fat black woman.
She is.
Now, is she out there saying that?
Yes.
Okay. then that's okay. All right.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate it. Yeah.
obviously you are not a fat black woman, so okay. Moving on.
Yeah. So it's like what's happening here in this song doesn't often like it often the narrative is that like the guy gets to talk about how he breaks up with a girl and talks down about her. But in this case, it's like, no, like, listen, I'm gonna read you for filth because I had so much to offer you and you wasted it. And like I'm gonna make you feel bad for it, and all your friends are gonna make fun of you as a result. And like usually when like a breakup goes down, like people are upset and like but Liz was like, no, 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 no. Like, this breakup for me is going to be like the best thing that ever happened to me. And I think like at the time and even in 2019, like we needed more songs like, hey, like some loser dude broke up with you. That's his loss. And my partner went to go see the Jonas Brothers a couple years ago at like the height of this song's popularity. And after one of the openers performed, you know, like they played songs over the PA. And most of the people attending this Jonas Brothers concert are women. And so they play Truth Hurts, and the whole crowd loses their minds. They go bananas for this song. And I got a video sent to my phone of everyone just like knowing all the lyrics, dancing, having a great time. So even if I can't really identify with this song, I'm glad that it means so much to a lot of people. But like people really needed Truth Hurts. Plus, we have that viral clip of Lizzo twerking and playing the flute. And like I will always be thankful for that because who else is doing things like that? Only her. But if I had to replace Truth Hurts, I would easily do Good as Hell, Cause I Love You, Tempo, or even Rumors, her new joint. Like Lizzo has a lot to offer, and I can't wait to see where things go going forward. Let's move down this list.
Would you like to explain to me what the word banger means?
Sure. It's like okay. So I'll use like Tempo by Lizzo as a great example because like you hear the song and like you feel like encouraged to like be free to dance, to like recite the words. And if you play it in like amongst a group of people, they'll stop what they're doing and just like shout exuberantly. It's like, oh shit, like they're playing Tempo. We need to like shake our fannies to this song, like
Yeah.
you take a song like, I don't know, like Can't Get No Satisfaction. If the Rolling Stones played Can't Get No Satisfaction, the whole crowd's gonna go bananas. Like it's gonna get like a really good reaction from people when you play it.
So back when they played that in the 60s, that was considered a banger.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you go to like some it's like you're at your job's drunken karaoke party and they close the set with like Sweet Caroline. All the white boys are gonna lose their minds. You know what I'm saying?
They do that at Boston Red Sox games, yes.
That thing. I was thinking of some sort of baseball event. I couldn't think of the team. 496. When I first looked at this like song title, I'm like, wait, what is this song again? But then I heard it. I'm like, oh yeah. It's Without You by Harry Nilsson. Rolling Stone reads, we did it because my career was on the wane and we wanted something to make a hit. Harry Nilsson bluntly told an interviewer when asked why he covered Badfinger's Near Despondent Ballad. I heard it and searched through every Beatles album for 2.5 weeks trying to find out which one of their tunes it was. Producer Richard Perry agreed, piling on the strings to showcase Nilsson's desperate lunge of a vocal. Both were right. The song went to number 1 and earned a Grammy nomination for Record of the Year. Mr. Catr, how do you feel about Without You?
I get a mister. I heard it, and I recognized it when I heard it. That one's back to where I left off before the Lizzo. I really don't have much of an opinion on it. I probably, if I had to do a thumbs up or a thumbs down instead of being in the middle, I would probably give it a thumbs down.
Same here. You know what the song says to me? This is retail music. And like it's the kind of retail music that gives me pain. I'm not saying this is a bad song. This dude's a good singer. But I'm like, man, like it makes it I love sad music, but this doesn't bring me like enjoyment in my sadness. It brings me misery, and I don't enjoy that whatsoever. And in doing my research for like this list, I took a mere sampling of like the Badfinger version. At least that version has drums. That alone makes it better, but I didn't get through their version either. Thumbs down for me too. Like I'm better. I will be much happier never hearing this song ever again.
I don't like the line that begins the snippet. There's that word again. We did it because my career was on the wane and we wanted something to make a hit. That's desperation. And if that's why you're doing music, just to get a hit, I'm not a big fan of that, I don't think. So,
Well, I'm okay with that because at least he's being honest. Like, yo, I wanted to still like
I
do
like the
music as my
honesty. Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
And it's like do it like if you have to game the system to do it, by all means, like it is this music industry thing is a game. If you still want to play, do it. You didn't cheat. It's like, yo, I'll sing this cover and this John's gonna hit. And it did. Like, congratulations to you, but yo, like this just makes me upset. Like it did what it had to do for the time, but like I do not consider this song one of the greatest songs of all time. A hit, sure, but one of the greatest, one of the best, no way.
Me too.
Hey, 495 is You're So Vain.
495.
What? Yeah. Carly Simon, You're So Vain. Rolling Stone writes, the holy mother of all diss tracks. You're So Vain contains one of the most enduring musical mysteries of all time. Just who is so vain that he probably thinks this song is about him? Simon previously revealed that actor Warren Beatty inspired the second verse of the song. Oh, you had me several years ago when I was still naive. But speculation abounds regarding the other man or men behind the ire. Either way, the track, boasting omnipresent 70s arranger Paul Buckmaster's orchestration and Mick Jagger's background vocals, is pure soft rock fire. Michael,
So, as part of, I got to think of a synonym for snippet, but paragraph, the short paragraph. But anyway, you had me several years ago when I was still naive, is just letting the listeners know, is a lyric of the song. I have heard the song before, so I didn't really need to. I think I'm in the middle. I don't not something that I want to it's a good song. Don't like the word good. But it is a good song. It is a good song, but it's not something that's I'm going to repeatedly listen to, that makes my whatever iPod or my Apple Music, which is a kind of a prelude to another topic later in the show, Apple Music. But anyway, yeah, it's not something I'm going to listen on iTunes, Apple Music, iPod, whatever. But if it's on the radio, I'm not going to change it. But good for her. Good for Carly Simon having a hit song with that. I don't think I can give it a thumbs down. I definitely can't give it a thumbs down. But I can't give it a thumbs up. So that's my opinion.
I'm with you, honestly. It's like Truth Hurts. Like You're So Vain is a song that the cultural zeitgeist needed. We needed someone like Carly Simon to say, like, hey man, like, don't think you're so like awesome of a person that my disdain is just for you. Like this is for all like those terrible dudes who carry on the way that they do. And so, but I'm also just like emotionally unaffected by this song. But it's so funny that this song is here because I recently listened to an interview with Dave Grohl. He was on Deezus and Mero on Showtime. They're talking about Dave Grohl's book, and they're like, "So why'd you want to sing?" And he talked about being in the car with his mom going places, and this song would come on, and they'd sing this song together. And I think that's so wholesome. And it also means that, like, yo, this song is the reason why we have like the Foo Fighters, kinda. But I just don't. It doesn't. I mean, kinda, sorta.
They don't. The Foo Fighters don't do any music like "You're So Vain."
No, but like Dave Grohl like grew up singing it, and it's like, oh, like, hey, I can carry it.
That's kind of how he got into music, I guess.
Well, it's one of like his foundations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I know his foundation is one of his foundations is the Beatles, but
yeah, I know he's a Paul stan.
And I'm glad you said the term emotionally affected, because that's kind of what I've been trying to say with some of, and in past episodes. I guess I have to be emotionally affected for music, and it's got us. I've always said, and I've said in past episodes, I really look, if a song doesn't have a hook, I rhymed look and hook, but anyway, if it doesn't have a hook, then I'm not really, it doesn't do anything for me. That's really what I'm looking for, is a hook. It doesn't
Yeah,
even
a song has to draw you in, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a hit song, either. As they call them, album tracks. It doesn't have to be a hit song, and it's not like I choose music. I choose a song that I like. If it's a hit song, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I don't consciously think about that. It's kind of. But I wanted to say this song is better than the Harry Nilsson song.
1000%.
Yeah. So, but I'm glad you brought up that term, emotionally connected. So, moving on.
494, Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. Rolling Stone rates. Cyndi Lauper was nervous about Time After Time, the aching ballad she wrote in the studio with keyboardist Rob Hyman to finish off her blockbuster solo debut, She's So Unusual. I asked them to please not put Time After Time out as the first single, Lauper said. People would never have accepted me. If you do a ballad first, then a rocker, that doesn't work. Her instincts were right. Following the jaunty Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Time became her first number one.
So, Mr. Catr's opinion is that I've known this song forever. But I don't. It doesn't do anything for me. Emotional connection. But because of, I think it's, I don't have a lot to say again, but it doesn't really do anything for me. I would give it a slightly raised thumb. But that's all I have to say on that one.
We're in agreement here. It's fascinating when you have an artist that's only like big for 3 songs and like virtually nothing else. Because you have Girls Just Want to Have Fun, you have this song Time After Time, and you have True Colors. And like honestly, The only version of this song that I actually enjoy is a pop punk version by the band Quiet Drive. But time after time is, again, retail music. And I don't feel any type of way about this record. Like, it kind of like drags. I feel like the chorus just like goes over and over and over again. And it doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, I'm much rather listen. And it's so funny. Like, my favorite version of this song is a cover. For Girls Just Want to Have Fun, my favorite version of that is a cover. And for True Colors, not necessarily a recorded cover, but when I was in high school, one of my classmates in Chamber Singers, Miss Awa Seka, she sang it for a solo, and she flubbed the second verse. Like, she completely forgot the words and just hummed and oohed over it. And even that sounded way better than the original version. So I'm like, man, like, I don't feel any type of way about Cyndi Lauper, and like I love the sound of her voice, and I wish she had more. I wish I cared enough to dig into her discography, because I don't, and I think that's a little sad. But
I actually think the song, for some reason, is a little creepy to me.
Really?
It's just the sound of it, yeah.
Huh. I'd like to read. Ooh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say next song.
Yeah, let's just move on. Thank you for all your insight, Aramide. I'm putting your things up on the screen as I move on. Number 493, here's a banger right here. Where Is My Mind by the Pixies, or Pixies, based on who you ask. Rolling Stone reads, no song typifies the freakish pop instincts that made the Pixies stand out in a sea of gloomy Reagan-era bands better than Where Is My Mind. Joey Santiago's lead guitar is catchier than most top 40 hooks, and by the time Fight Club made this song iconic a decade after its release, it had already formed part of the DNA of countless alternative radio hits in the years between, from Nirvana to Korn. When an interviewer in 1988 asked about his unique ability to crank out great songs, Black Francis's answer was typically cryptic. It's nice to have space. How much can one brain deal with? And that tickles my fancy when I hear him say a thing like that, because I never really listened to Pixies until I started hanging out with one of my stoner friends on a weekly basis, and he would play a lot of the bigger Pixie songs like Caribou and what's some other one that I can't really think of off the top of my head, and like Hey and things like that. Like, whoo, yeah, just it's weird, and like it's kind of like one of those alt grunge era songs you have to know if you're gonna be a part of the scene, you know?
So my opinion, I am giving it a thumbs up.
Hell yes. Yeah, the song speaks for itself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I went to go see this band play. They're called Beach Slang, and they did a cover of this song, and even that was hitting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you're
move right on. Honestly,
you're giving it a banger thumbs up.
1,000%. It's a classic if we're keeping it in the buck.
Okay.
Oh, and
No, you were going to say the next song?
Yeah, I also wanted to include that the Pixie song I couldn't think of off the top of my head. The Pixie song that I could not think of off the top of my head was Surfer Rosa. Yeah, they have a lot of weird stuff, and I like that about them. They weren't afraid to be weird. They just were. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Song 492. We're getting close to the end here. Is So What by Miles Davis. Rolling Stone reads, it's likely that no song on this list has soundtracked more dinner parties than Kind of Blues' warm, welcoming first track. But at the time, it was a jarring departure, trading bebop chord changes for a more open-ended modal style. According to pianist Bill Evans, the trumpeter worked up his material just hours before recording dates. But the all-star band here sounds like it's been living with So What for years. Saxophonists John Coltrane and Cannonball Adderley turn in solos that have since become as iconic as any in jazz history. And the rhythm section of Evans, bassist Paul Chambers, and drummer Jimmy Cobb swings like it's dancing on air.
I did not listen to this song
Oh no! Why not?
because this is an album that I want to own. And once I listen to the album, then I'll know the song.
Oh, okay.
I can't listen to it individually. If I want to, like the Towns Van Zandt album, I had never heard of that album. So that's not one of the albums that I wanted to own. So, yeah, I keep finding deluxe versions, but I want the regular version, and I can't find a regular version. They usually the deluxe alternate takes. It's like 2 songs tacked on at the end, but I can't find the standard version, whatever you want to call it, before those 2 songs that they tack on, and I just can't find it. So yeah, once I listen to, there's a few actually Miles Davis albums that I want to own, and that's one of them. And no, I did not listen to it.
Okay, this is going to be interesting for you and I. First things first, I have a question for you right off the top. Would you accept if I find this album, like I'm in Philly, can I send it to you?
Sure, as long as it doesn't have the bonus cuts on it.
Yeah, sure. I bet I can find it. I bet I can find it.
There's a holiday that people already started celebrating. I think it's coming up soon. You might, working in retail, you might know about it.
I know all about it. Yep.
Yeah, there's this tall thing. It's green. It has branches on it. So, yeah, if you want to send it for me for that holiday, you can.
Say less.
Yeah.
All right. So I listened
to this song. But that's not how you do the gift giving. You kind of like to do under the direction of a podcaster, I think, or someone named Norwal. I thought that's how you operated in your gift giving.
Oh, you're talking about Nardwar.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh man,
I thought that's how you operated in your gift giving scheme.
Well, it's like these days, because I live with a person who does not care for surprises too much. So I like to break the fourth wall. You know what I mean? I don't. It'd be one thing if like other people who know you well enough can like collaborate and scheme with me. But I'm like, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to ask, because you say, because I'm trying to listen to this album on my own, I didn't listen to it for the podcast. And I completely respect that about you, because your rules for engaging with music are like law. And I feel the same way about the way I do my listening. So that's so cool that you do that you have like this like mission statement as a person for your life.
Yeah, I definitely do.
And I'm looking at I went to my favorite website, Wikipedia, to make sure I find the right version of the album to send you. Because when I go to the track listing for this thing, there's like at least, oh my God, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4 versions of Kind of Blue. So I'm like, man, which is the right one? Thankfully, the one I'm looking for only has 5 songs. So I know that if I see those 5, I found the right version and I can send that right over. Wish me luck. But,
well, first of all, I tuned out after you said the word Wikipedia. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No, I did hear you, and it sounded like you were saying how many tracks. And it's a pretty short album because the time, the tracks, yeah. So I'm going to bring it up for you.
I found it though. It's only 5 songs.
Yeah. I just want to do it. So if you put in Miles Davis in iTunes, and then we are running a little over with this segment, but that's cool. We'll get it back on track. So if you bring up Miles Davis, I go under albums mastered for iTunes. And then you go to see all, and then you go. And I was going to talk a little bit about something called, with that mission statement, something called I call it whatever, my CD project.
CD project.
Yeah, I haven't really I had a name for it and I lost it. Um, and I might talk about it, but I probably won't. But anyway, kind of blue. It says. Um, so I am familiar with the album. I just never heard it before. It's 5 tracks. So yeah, haven't heard it, but I think you not think. I know you owe me 3 years of Christmas gifts, but
I
you know,
do, yo. I
no,
do. It's
dude,
sad.
dude, dude, don't feel guilty. I don't really care. I really don't care. I really, really, really. I've got. I'm not.
You've got your workload.
I'm picking my battles wisely. It's not a big deal.
I hear you.
Don't feel like you need to send me Christmas gifts. I really don't care. I've given you one Christmas gift, but I'm just as bad. I've supposed to send you Christmas gifts. So let's move on to the next song.
Yeah, our last song of the Rolling Stone list today. Before we move on to the back half of our episode, it is wait, no, I
Another banger.
Oopsie. Yeah, oh my goodness. Before we get into this, I just wanted to say for the record that I have another album of Miles Davis's to see that. I want to see if like this album is already on your list because I was very much like about this song. So of all like the Miles Davis albums that are on your list already for listening purposes, is Tutu on that album list?
No, and I see that there. No. I actually don't remember. I haven't. The research that I did on Miles Davis was several years ago. I remember one of them being, I think, when he went electric, and I'm trying to find it right now. It was the album cover's pretty bright. And nothing, I'm looking for it right now. So he has collections. He's got albums mastered for iTunes. He's got deluxe editions. The early years, the first great quintet, sextet, and more. I'm going to check albums mastered for iTunes. And it's not on there. He has a section where it says with Gil Evans, and that it's not on there. The first great quintet, sextet, and more, and then the second great quintet. I didn't know about that. Then there's the 70s plus Electric Miles. Let's check that out. Oh, I found it. It's called, I'm clicking on it here, Live at the Fillmore East, March 7, 1970, and then dash, it's about that time. So that's another one, and I don't remember if there was another one. I know there's a pretty famous one, something, I think it was for a boxer, but that wasn't on my list. It was like dedicated to a boxer.
Well, I only brought up Tutu because I feel like that song is way more interesting than like So What. But that's just me as a jazz heathen. You know what I'm saying? We could like carry on about jazz for another episode, another time. Let's finish up with this last song. Like you said, a banger. We have "Welcome to the Jungle" by Guns N' Roses.
GNR.
Yeah, man. Like these fellas. Whew. According to the blurb by Rolling Stones, released as the first single from Appetite for Destruction, Welcome to the Jungle, stiffed at first, it took the massive crossover success of Sweet Child of Mine to ready radio for GNR at their most unvarnished. The song's inspiration, according to Axl Rose, was a hitchhiking trip that landed him in the Bronx, where a stranger approached him and said, "You know what you are? You're gonna die! You're in the jungle, baby!"
Wow, that was good.
Like Axl Rose impression.
That is really good. Have you been keeping that in forever?
Well, like it's recently
Let
I
me
listened
try.
to
Can
like
I try?
oh my god.
You want me to try it for comedic effect? I
Bro, you
haven't
got it at
heard.
this point.
Yeah.
I can't not let you.
Let me see. I'm going to base it off of your impression.
Oh my god.
I've never heard an Axel impression before. That was my first Axel
It's
impression.
impossible to do because like the only person who sounds like Axl Rose is Angus Young from AC/DC. You know what I'm saying?
This is putting me on the spot, though. I put myself on the spot, so to be fair.
Yeah, now you kind of have to commit.
I'm not much of an impressionist. Hold on.
All right.
Wow. That was I started.
Yo, that sounded just like that one Lord of the Rings character.
I started and then I bailed on myself.
It's all right. It's totally cool. You made an attempt. It's all good.
We'll save it for another time.
Bless you. Hey, shout out to the Bronx real quick. The Bronx is in the building. I remember the first time I heard this song.
Oh, are you doing your? Who is this?
What's
Somebody's
that?
commenting. Who?
Oh shoot! Let me see. Let me see here. Who is this? It's no, it's just B-Day. It's just B-Day. He hasn't really commented since kind of blue.
You said the Bronx?
Yeah, because like he was like I mentioned earlier how like Grohl was on Desus and Mero on Showtime, and Desus and Mero are from the Bronx. And like since I followed like their comedic career, every time I see someone talk about the Bronx in the comment section, I mention the Bodega Boys, and usually the Bodega Hive will find me and we'll year to each other. Ironically, I went to go see a show a couple years ago, and the opening acts were from Yonkers. And when I saw my friend Frost, I hit him with the year, and they all like their heads poked up. I'm like, who did that? Who did that? We're not in New York right now, and we had a moment, and it's. Every time I even see the word, I have to just like "you're" to myself. You know what I mean?
I figured out what you were saying about Bronx because of in the snippet.
Yeah. Rose took the mockery and turned it into an anthem. Let me ask you a question about this song. Where were you the first time you heard this song?
Probably. Yeah, you probably know what I mean here. Probably at a stadium.
Really?
Yeah, you hear it all the time at stadiums. But I don't remember really, but probably at a stadium.
That's fascinating.
But I think I give the impression a thumbs up, but the song, I definitely give the impression a thumbs up.
Oh, thank you.
But as far as the actual song, I give it a thumbs up for it. I've never really used the word banger before, but I guess I will. I give it a thumbs up for being a banger. But it's not on my rotation.
Honestly, same. I don't really care for GNR at all. I don't like listening to that band, honestly. I tried listening to like Appetite for Destruction 10 years ago. It did nothing for me, honestly. But the first time I heard this song, I was in middle school. I had like a decent like speaker system in my room. And I'm like, yo, because I only knew the song because of Grand Theft Auto, because it was like the song that played every time like the ad played for the video game. And I definitely was not playing that game at the time. But I heard the full song. I'm like, oh, it's the Grand Theft Auto song. And I listened to it. I'm like, yo, like I had never heard anything like that in my entire life. Like, if you have to, like this song definitely belongs here because it's their single most important song in my opinion. It's one of the most like important songs to rock, to metal. Like, wow, 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 wee, wow. Like I've heard like terrible things about GNR, how they're always late to their shows. But like, if it sounds as good, if their performance of this song sounds as good as like the first time I heard this record, like so be it, I guess. But like I hear the prices are like terrible and like oof, like just everything like kind of bad about being a rock star, GNR encapsulates. I don't know if I'm using the right word. And a friend of mine, Zach, we went to go see a rap show together, and he talked about how there's a rumor that Slash only plays his guitar with fresh guitar strings for every single song, meaning that there's a dude backstage who's restringing all of Slash's guitars for every song change that they do. And they play for at least like maybe 2 hours, I would think, when they take the stage. So I can imagine that person's hands are just jacked up.
After the show, yeah. That's painstaking.
See that again.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard that rumor. I have a few couple albums to listen to, and then from GNR that I own, and then I can kind of render my opinion on them. I've listened to one album so far as part of my collection, which is Appetite for Destruction with this song on it. I've listened to that one all the way through. So once I get to GNR, then I can render my opinion. But I honestly haven't listened to CDs. The last CD I listened to, and I told you about this online. I told you about this online.
Yeah.
The last CD I listened to all the way through. I don't have the name of it, but it's by John Prine. And that was
Rest
probably what's that?
Rest in peace to John Prine.
Yeah, rest in peace to John Prine. But that was probably back in July.
Damn.
Yeah, I've been busy.
Yeah.
I haven't really been able to get to it. So yeah, that was the last one I listened to all the way through. But again, once I listened to the next two GNR CDs, and I kind of render my opinion on them. But that's $4.91. So we've actually done a Rolling Stone thing on the air.
Yeehaw! Now we just have like a ton more to do. But it'll be fun. I think we can do this.
Yeah.
So we have about 23 minutes left. What's on your mind?
I wanted to ask, what is this trend? It's been this way. Because we were talking a couple episodes ago. We were talking about trends. My brother Daniel was on the show.
Yeah.
And we were talking about trends. I don't remember off the top of my head any of the trends that we specifically mentioned, but this trend that I've noticed has been around for a while, and I know it's albums, and it's like rappers do it, and rockers do it too. I guess rappers started it, but it's this trend where the names of the albums are in all caps. Do you know? Can you tell me about this? Is it to get people's attention?
I don't think I would consider that a trend, to be honest with you.
Because if you look at a CD from the 90s, their album title is not in all caps. Now, I mean, like if you look at the spine of the side of a CD, I think that's called the spine. I know in books that's the spine. But anyway, if you look at the side of a CD, it might be in all caps. But if you're looking at iTunes and you look up the album, whatever, doesn't matter, Surfer Rosa, it's not in caps. But if you look at an album by DaBaby, we'll just say that his album is in all caps. What happened?
To be honest with you, I don't listen or like examine enough albums for that to be like a prevailing popular trend. Um, it's well, I'm not really concerned, to be honest with you. This kind of reminds me of how we were talking about Harry Nilsson, how he was like, "Yo, my career was like kind of petering out. Sing a popular cover, it revived it." And it's like, you go to a record store, you go to a CD store, you're buying cassettes, you're looking through you're thumbing through the titles. You want to use everything at your disposal to get eyes on your product. Like you're on your computer, your phone, you look at your TV. Like, what can you do to like keep eyes on you? And I say go for it if it works in your favor. Like, I can only think of a couple people who tweet in all caps, and usually it's funny, depending on like the context of like them using capitalization. I'm okay with that. I don't really care, to be honest with you. It's all about the context is what matters. Like, it would have like for the baby in particular, like it may have been seen in like a comedic light, but now that he's like publicly a jerk, I don't really. It's annoying and tired. You know what I'm saying? Like it only works if the brand that you're trying to like use the capitalization for is in like a good in a good light. You know what I mean? Hope that makes any sense.
Well, you're saying it's more about the music than the title. Um, I'm actually looking at his collection, and not all of them are like. There's one that
only like one album in particular does it. Yeah.
"Blame It on Baby" is in all caps.
Yeah.
But "Blank Blank" is not in all caps.
Mm-mm.
"Baby Talk 5" is not in all caps. So it's just a lot of it. If you went like to the store, I'm looking at the store. Like I'm looking at artists here, like under new music. I'm looking under new music. And
oh, I see.
Right now, I'm looking at like I guess it's off and on. Like Jason Aldean, his name is in all caps, is not in all caps, but the name of the album is Macon. Which I guess he's from Macon, Georgia. But then there's an artist named. Are you looking at iTunes right now?
I can. Well, I'm on Spotify, so I probably can like see what you're saying.
Cash Dammy. Is that how
you spell that?
KA $HDAMI.
Oh, Cash Dami. Who the heck is that? Wow, he has 1.8 million monthly listeners.
That's all.
Hypernova. You're right. Yeah, I see it now.
That's all in caps, but Hypernova.
His name is too. Yeah.
Is it? So I'm just asking a question. Why is it like that?
Well, it stands out, I guess. So I think more in my little feed, I see like song titles or album titles that are all lowercase. So I guess it depends on what kind of vibe you're trying to set for like the product you want to sell.
Yeah, but back in the 90s, maybe even early 2000s, it wasn't like that. It was one way. It was just one way. And then all of a sudden, I'm looking at an artist named Twice.
Oh, I love Twice. They're so good.
They're all caps.
Yeah.
But the name of the album is not all caps.
Yeah.
Formula of Love, 0+T. Yeah. So anyway, what else did I have?
Not to interrupt, but we have about 15 minutes left, and I thought we could use that to talk about the songs you recommended to one another.
Okay. I actually don't have a song for you, and I've been trying. I was trying to look. So I was thinking to stall, you can give me your song.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think the first thing we usually do is let's talk about the songs that we recommended each other.
Let's do that.
How about I go first?
Sure, go ahead.
I listened to hold on. I listened to Spelling by Little Deer. Um, I like the intro. Um, I didn't really care much for the singing. Um, I think with repeated listens, I would like it. Um, I, I started listening to it about a month and a half ago, but
Uh huh.
I think this is the way it is with uh, people with their ears. Is that if you listen to it and then maybe you come back to it another time, things change. So I think when I first listened to it, I wasn't really into it, but I kind of did like the intro the second time around. I didn't listen to it all the way through the first time. This time I did, and I think I liked it a little bit better than the first time. Um, so I think with repeated listens, I might actually like it, and it will make me think of you.
Aw. Well, that's very sweet to hear. You're like the second person I've told about this song who wasn't like really keen on Spelling's voice, but like the way that she sings and a lot of other like singers I listen to are in that kind of space, and I love it. And like, I got into the song because Anthony Fantano of the Needle Drop was like, "Yo, this is one of the best songs I've ever heard." And I'm like, "Well, if he likes this, I gotta give it a shot." And I was listening to it on the way. I was walking to like the Wawa trying to buy some breakfast, and like the sun was shining, and like I was walking, in public, and like I had never heard something so beautiful in my entire life. This is the whole composition. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very like I have such a passion for black artists that make music that's just like so unlike any of their peers. Because I imagine Spelling's maybe a little closer to my age, maybe a little older, and like I can't think of anyone who looks like me or like grew up like I did who makes this kind of stuff really. And I want more people to see what she's doing because like good golly, this song was made during quarantine, like the height of the pandemic. And so the fact that like she got all those people together to like, yo, you play this for me. You play this for me. And created this song. Oh my goodness gracious. Like it almost makes me want to cry. I love this song so much. You recommended to me if I had a happy place, this would be it by Kid 606. And I have to tell you, this is probably one of the top. We've done like 18 episodes now together, and this is one of the top 5 songs you sent me. So congratulations for that.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. Like I love like really oddball producers, and so like I feel like you said yourself how like you would love to like soundtrack a movie, and this is one of those songs that see soundtracking a movie. So kudos to that.
What movie would you think this would go in?
Maybe like an animated film or something like that. Maybe like this would like play during like the opening credits of a film or something of that nature. Like it gives me like it reminds me how I felt listening to like Blockhead or playing Katamari Damacy. So yeah, I think I might even recommend it to like Living Abstraction. I think this should go into his catalog of potential needle drops to do when he eventually makes more movies and such. I also like you said you didn't have a song to recommend for me, and I'm like, wait, I don't either. Oh no. So while I was scrolling through Spotify when we were talking about the capitalization and like lowercase stuff, I looked at the artists I've been looking up on Spotify, and I've been communicating with one of a new artist known as Eichler's, and he has about 4,000 or so listeners in Spotify, and he dropped a song. He's dropped a couple of songs, like 3 songs this year that I really, really enjoy. And one of them is a song called Bummer Punk, and all the letters are capitalized. And so we've like interacted on like Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and I'm thinking, what better place to plug his music than my own podcast? And so that is the song I want you to check out for next episode. It's not a long song. It's in the hyper ska genre blend of like hyper pop and ska. So I hope it has something for you that you might enjoy.
Okay.
I'll text that song to you.
Okay. So we almost have, we're about
10 minutes left.
11 minutes left. And I can stall for 11 minutes. No, I'm still looking. I'm still here. I'm still here.
We might as well tell the audience that, like, hey, like, this might be the last time you hear us this year if work or other things in our personal lives don't shake out. But hey, that's all right. I'd like to say Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah if you observe that, like Merry Kwanzaa, Merry Festivus. Like, if you observe any holidays in the winter solstice, like, happy holidays to you.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, happy freaking New Year. Like, listen, folks, like, let's take all the music and stuff aside. Like, it has been a really, really, really hard year. We are in year 2 of this pandemic, and there is no end in sight. But, like, solutions have been, like, there have been, like, solutions on a global scale. So, like, we can just continue to just, like, be respectful to other people, wear our masks over our nose and mouths, and, like, just, like, we can, like, stay in the house. You don't have to, like, go out and do things. We can do this, like, there are options for us. And don't be afraid. Like, it's easy to, like, get overwhelmed by the world around you. But here's the cool thing. You can turn off your TV, your computer. You can pick up a book. You can listen to some music, like, call, like, your family members and friends. Like, we're going to get through this together, because that's the only way this is going to work. Like, there's this metal band I love called Structures. And they haven't made any music in a long time, but on their first, like, song they dropped as a group, as a 3-piece, it was called Planet of Garbage. And one of the lines is, if we want to make a change in the world, we need everybody. And that includes the people you may not like. So just be encouraged. And we really appreciate, Michael and I appreciate people listening to this show. Like, I didn't think, like, something like this was even possible for me all these episodes ago. Like, I was just like, oh, I want to do things, but I don't know how to do it. But all it took was a bimmer to say, let's try something out. And I'm so grateful to you, Michael. Like, because of you, I've, like, spoken with our classmate Michael Messick, one of my good friends, Vina Aragon. Like,
Ducky.
Huh? What? Oh yeah, that's me.
Ducky. Ducky, his nickname.
Yeah, like, yeah. I've kind of outgrew. I kind of, like, only a few people remember that name, honestly, and, like, I'm thankful for that period of my.
Did he retire that name?
Yeah, like, when I came back to Ben for the Grow program, like, Mr. E is like, nah, you're a man now. You can't be Chris Ducky anymore. Like, that's why I'm Chris Kenard, because, like,
I'm sorry, I thought that was his nickname.
No, it was mine. You're thinking of Mezzy.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I meant, Messy.
Yeah, what a good lad.
So you were talking to him?
Yeah, fam. We haven't had a chance to talk in a while, but, like, he's been making music for, like, the 10 years we've been, like, acquainted as friends and brothers. So, like, lots of cool stuff coming down the tube, yo. Like, I know Living Abstraction is working with a local band in DC, so looking forward to seeing that manifest into real time. Speaking of time, we have 7 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, I'm still scrolling. I'm listening to you.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm a little upset with, and I talked. Oh, don't feel bad for me. I talked about this in past episodes. I can't talk in the future. I just don't have that talent. But anyway, I wish you would laugh when I told jokes. But anyway,
I'm trying, man. Like, you're gonna catch me off guard one of these days.
Yeah, I did. You
actually did.
A couple last year we did I think it was our last episode before we took a long break. There was an episode with Aramide when he recommended those 2 songs for us.
Right.
It was a Rod Stewart song and
good song.
Anyway, and Tony, and anyway, there was a joke that I ran by you guys and you loved it. I've been holding on to that forever.
Oh,
I
that's so
hold
sweet,
on to
dude.
that forever. But anyway, so I think no, anyway, I mentioned in past episodes my frustration with iTunes, and right now I'm
Oh my God,
frustrated.
yeah.
It's been an ongoing saga, which is good for for our show. It's a topic, and that one's a banger. Now that's in my vernacular, so
There you go.
uh, I'm probably going to use it. So that one's a banger. That one I've never heard before all the way through. That one's bad. Um,
Give me a bad song.
Bad song.
Yeah.
I haven't. No. That one I'm not. This is the one that keeps. Um, I'm playing it,
Oops.
and I had the microphone. So that one is the one that kind of keeps. So I think I'll go with this. No,
Okay.
got 5 more minutes. So how you been?
Come on, man. You got it.
That one is bad.
The entire
Have you
audience. What?
listened to? You're supposed to listen to Kirk DeGiorgio. Have you listened to that yet?
Oh my God, no. You
What
know
you think?
what? Just for the sake of like this being possibly the last episode of the year, that might be my New Year's resolution to like just like crack open that large album and see what it's all about.
It's a series of albums. It was digital only. It's called As One Thology. Um, I know you know that song. And that one isn't really a banger. Um, oh, I've been talking without the mic on. I said, so there were jokes that nobody's heard because I didn't have the mic on.
We got it all. Don't you worry about that.
There were, um, hmm. And I have to give you a song.
Yes, please. I insist.
Hmm. Am I going to do that one?
You want
Why?
you,
And let's see. Oh, you know what? I'll just give you this one since
yeah.
it's near the holidays. So it is called. Even though we are in November, I am giving you a song called "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," and it's by Local H.
Okay. That's a band that I know. Cool. I haven't heard this song, but this will be all right. All right. I can do this.
Okay, we've sealed it up.
There you go. Listen, folks. Unless we see you later this next month, we will see you in 2022. Remember that, like, you are deserving of love. Spread love wherever you can. Listen to music. Let me say something, y'all. Like, if there's one thing that'll save humanity from itself, if it isn't education, if it isn't politics, it will be music. And that's just like my naive point of view. But like, I'm so thankful for the people that I've met because of like this medium, for these wiggly lines through the air. Like, there's magic in this stuff. Maybe like I can't like cast spells with a wand or whatever, but like I can turn on a song and be transformed. So I hope you get to transform yourself with some music.
I would like to say be kind. Just be kind to one another.
See that exactly.
You have no idea what other people are going through.
right? Wow, less than 60 seconds. Like, comment, subscribe. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter. We'll be back when the fates allow. Michael, my friend, please say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the people. Black Lives Matter, Queer Lives Matter. You matter. Until next time, adios, folks. Thank you for listening.